and that is a square. So if we wanted to prove that a quadrilateral is a square, okay, what are the conditions that we need to identify? Okay, and for this one, we see just embedded in its definition, if a quadrilateral is both of these two classifications, then you know for sure it is a square. So the only condition needed is 4 congruent sides and 4 congruent angles. Okay, so basically it has to be both equilateral and equiangular. Okay, so that's enough to show that a quadrilateral is a square. Okay, what properties are going to be necessary to show that a rectangle is a square? Okay, so if we start with a rectangle, okay, in order for it to be a square, it's already equiangular. So now we need to make sure it's equilateral. So if we already know that it's a rectangle, how many consecutive sides need to be the same in order to show that it's a square? Again, 2, right? So as long as we have a rectangle with 2 consecutive sides congruent, that's enough to show that you're dealing with a square. Okay, and then the final relationship is what are the sufficient conditions that prove a rhombus is a square. Okay, again, we're starting with the fact that it's a rhombus, so all the properties of a rhombus and a parallelogram hold true. Okay, so it's already equilateral. All we need to do to make it a square is make it equiangular. And so again, based on the fact that we're already dealing with a parallelogram, how many angles do we have to see as right angles in order to verify that? Just one. Okay, so as long as it has one right angle, okay, that means, again, the same side interior angles, the consecutive angles will be supplementary. The supplement of a right angle is still 90. Opposite angles are 90, so all the angles wind up being the same. All right. Questions on those? Again, I know the idea of this seems simple. Okay. When you're reading the questions that cover this material, make sure you're very, very careful. Read them slowly. Identify what you're starting with and what you're ending with so that you know what properties are embedded within it to begin with. Okay, so be very careful on that.